The number of deadly shootings in Cincinnati this year is breaking records. We're talking about to date, 76 people have been killed.
The police department, city leaders, community activists all are working on crime prevention right now. But as our Marielle Carbone shows us, the solution isn't always focused around policing. Sometimes it takes a little TLC to help reduce violent crime. All of this has unfolded over just a few hours.
19 people shot in one night.
It was pockets of violence.
And 10 of those shootings happened in the Over-the-Rhine neighborhood. These clips are from August, but the shootings there, they're not isolated.
We're constantly hearing gunshots.
So far this year, the neighborhood had 41 reported shootings, 5 fatal, and more than 800 reported crimes. Those crime stats are more than just numbers. They're a sobering reality and concern for those who live or work in the neighborhood, like Elisa Berry.
You don't know if you'll walk up on a body that's been shot.
She's the executive director of Cornerstone Renter Equity on Vine Street, which provides affordable housing in the area.
We had one resident describe how there was a gunshot victim and she was there with her child walking to go into the gates and had to go around that.
So she's hitting the pavement, along with other community stakeholders, taking a ground-up approach to reducing crime.
And take a look at what needs attention, what needs love and care.
The walk is part of a problem-solving initiative called CEPTED, or Crime Prevention Through Environmental Design. Neighbors walk the streets with this checklist, looking for issues like lighting, landscaping, and land use, to see what improvements can be made to make the area safer.
So did you see anything?
Andrea Carter is a community engagement specialist with the Urban League's Community Police Partnering Center, which is leading the charge.
It gives attention to the neighborhood to say we care. For the longest time, people have taken advantage of people saying not caring or their voices not being heard enough. Now, if you're finding their voices are being lifted up and they're hearing and they're speaking what we call the moral voice.
For Carter, crime is top of mind.
It's a big issue. It's about quality of life. And if your quality of life is impacted, you need to address it.
And people are addressing it in these 10 neighborhoods where CEPTED is being used. That includes in the West End, where we met Wendell Walker.
They've walked the street. They've smelled the stench.
The program is seeing success. Carter says neighbors in the Mount Auburn, Walnut Hills area spent the last 3 years bettering the neighborhood, specifically targeting loitering around this Shell gas station. Their work was awarded the Special Project Award by the Ohio Crime Prevention Association earlier this year. Back in Over-the-Rhine, one of the biggest notes on the group's checklist was the trash. It's all over the streets and sidewalks. And they say something as simple as adding a few trash cans could make a big difference.
We talked about trash cans a lot, which may seem like a small thing, but when there's so many people kind of hanging out, just something as simple as keeping the streets clean and having more trash cans are important.
Carter says the impact on crime won't happen instantly.
These issues didn't get started overnight, and they're not going to find a solution for it overnight.
But little by little, step by step, there will be results.
Neighbors, if they band together, they could find a solution and see success.
Where it'll be just like any other neighborhood where you walk down the street and you don't have to fear walking down the street.
In Over-the-Rhine,
They have the alleyway.
Marielle Carbone, WCPO 9 News.